you're Bangladeshi, chances are you've seen at least one telefilm in your life, whether willingly or not. These telefilms, starring the same few actors and actresses and being uploaded for free on YouTube and TV, have exploded in popularity in the recent years, with the popular ones gaining upwards of 40 million views. However, they always feel like they're a bit lacking in some aspects. But why is that so? Everything wrong with most telefilms. Cliché plot. Despite showing the male and female leads running into challenges during the relationship, the individual characters and relationships lack any complexity or depth to them. The plots also always get neatly tied up by the end of the film, resulting in a similar ending to all the telefilms regardless of what happens in the middle. For example, in Hishebi Bou, the male protagonist spends all of his family's life savings on a business venture despite his wife advising against it. He then gets a call saying that his mother may have had a heart attack and there is an immediate need for money to pay for the treatment bills. The wife offers to pay for the bill using her own saved up money. However, right at the end, it is revealed that the mother did not have a heart attack at all, and it was simply a false alarm. The ending is almost too perfect, and this makes the story sound childish. Repetitive storyline. Almost all telefilms go something like this. The male lead has a misguided personality, he gets into a relationship with the female lead, they run into relationship problems, the female lead changes the male lead for the better, and they all live happily ever after. Or they go like this. The male lead comes across the female lead and instantly falls in love with her. The female lead is extremely rude to the male lead. The male lead constantly chases after her regardless, and then they eventually come to an understanding, and the toxic relationship turns into a healthy one overnight. Or they go like this. Both the leads are convinced into getting an arranged marriage, they're against it at first, they go on a date together, and they slowly fall in love with each other. Cringy dialogue and acting. The dialogues are set up like a school play rather than a film. Just like the characters' personalities, they barely contain any complexity. Many of the dialogues also go longer than necessary and can cause the viewer to lose patience.
না আমি করেছিলাম কি যে 25 আর 25 আসলে তো 50 কিন্তু ওইদিকে 25 বাঁচলো আর এদিকে 25 কিন্তু বাঁচলো
বুঝি নাই বোঝায় কোন
মানে দিতে পয়েন্ট এ থেকে পয়েন্ট বি আইতে লাগে 50 আপনি দিলেন 25 আমি দিলাম 25 দুইজনের মিলা লাগলো 50 মানে আপনার বাঁচলো 25 আমার বাঁচলো 25 মানে দুইজনের বাঁচলো গেলাম 50
কত কি হইছে এত না পেছায় সোজা করে কোন কি করতে চাইতেছেন
সোজা কথা কইতেছি কি কামের মধ্যে তেরাতেরি কেঁচাগেছি দরকার নাই আমরা সাথে আমার একটা মনোমালিন্য চলতেছে একটা মন খারাপের বিষয় আছে ওটা বুঝি ওটা ওই জায়গায় থাকুক না আমি কইতেছি না ওটা শেষ করে দিই ওটা ওই জায়গায় ধরেন কিন্তু দুজন মিলে কাজ করলে ওই যে ওইন থেকে 5 দিতেছে আর ওইন থেকে 5 দিতেছে মিলে হয়ে গেল 10 তাহলে 10 থেকে 5 অমুই দিলাম আর 5 এমুই রাখলাম লাভ তো
কথায় তো যুক্তি আছে বুঝতে পারছি অনেকটা পান দেন পান খাইয়া কামের প্ল্যানটা করি আসেন
তাই না পান তো আছে আহারে বান্ডা এই যে চুনটা এই যে সসটা আর এই যে সুপারিটা এরপরে চমন ভাতটা এটা হলো পান্ডা
হয়েছে দেন পান্ডা দেন.
With that dialogue can also come one criminally overused sound effect throughout the film.
তাহলেই বুঝতে পারে।
The acting is also often overdone and does not seem realistic.
আমাদের 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 আমাদের
পাপা আব্বা জান কি হচ্ছে? আব্বা জান হায় হায় আমার আব্বা জানের কি হচ্ছে? কি হচ্ছে আব্বা জান? দমলো আস্তে আস্তে দমলো কথা বল না কে? আমার বললাম রক্ত হিম হয়ে যেতেছে, প্রেসার লো হয়ে যেতেছে। কি হচ্ছে তোমার? কথা কও কথা কও। খারাপ স্বপ্নটা দেখছো? খারাপ খোয়াবটা আবারও দেখছো?
ওই দেখছি নার্সিং আমার উপরে পড়ছে, আমি দেখে বলে চ্যাপ হয়ে গেছি আমার।
হায় হায় রে আব্বা জান।
তুমি যদি আমার বিয়ে দিয়ে দাও, আমার পরের মতো একটা বউ লাগবে আমার জান। বন্ধু বান্ধবরা
This telefilm, like many others, is actually showing this in an ironic way, but that does not take away from the fact that it ruins the viewing experience for most people. Inability to convey the main point. Many telefilms try to challenge societal issues such as sexism. However, they spend way too much time showing the issues themselves without really challenging them in any way. It is only towards the last 10 minutes that one of the characters decides to speak up about the issue. This creates an unpleasant and rather cringe viewing experience for most of the runtime, and therefore causes a lot of people to simply click off and watch something else without even realizing that the first half was supposed to be ironic. The redemption factor. However, many telefilms these days are trying to improve on the problems mentioned. One of the major directors in the telefilm industry is Vicky Zahid, who takes a unique approach with each of his telefilms. Not only are the plot lines often focusing on crime thrillers, mystery, and horror much less predictable, but the overall production quality is also a step above the rest of the telefilms out there. Vicky Zahid's best and most popular work to date is Punorjonmo or Rebirth, a series consisting of 3 one-hour episodes and 1 two-hour episode. The series has constant plot twists, and each character is fleshed out with their individual intentions all intertwining to form the complex storyline. Everything from the color grading, dialogue, and pace of the scenes is well thought out and executed exceptionally well. We'll refrain from giving any spoilers since it will take way too long to explain, and we suggest you give it a watch yourself, after this video of course. However, Vicky Zahid is not the only person creating good telefilms. Another director worth mentioning is Mahmudur Rahman Haim. He is the creator of Boro Chele or The Eldest Son, which, having amassed over 45 million views, is one of the most popular telefilms in Bangladesh to date. Unlike most other films, his telefilms are always realistic and don't push any stereotypes. His stories involve things such as middle-class struggles, societal issues, and struggling relationships. Where most telefilms show couples always ending up together in the end, the male lead in Boro Chele couldn't get married to the female lead due to being unemployed. In the end, she ends up being married off to a wealthier man. And where most telefilms show divorced couples getting back together, I Am Divorced shows a divorced woman struggling to beat societal stigma surrounding divorce. Unlike Vicky Zahid, his films are shot in a very simple manner with no unique camera work or lighting. However, given the realistic storyline, perhaps a simple production style was the most fitting. A reflection of Bangladeshi society. The telefilms also tend to promote the ever-popular South Asian narrative that pushes marriage as a solution to virtually any problem. Marriage is seen as one of the most important achievements in South Asian culture due to its collectivist nature. Married individuals generally hold a higher status in society even, and are considered more mature when compared to their single counterparts. This can be seen in the telefilms as well, where at least one of the main characters, especially the male lead, goes through a character transformation during the relationship. Whenever the films deal with issues such as divorce, the decision to divorce is almost always shown as an immature one, and surprise, the partners always get back together in the end. It goes without saying that this can be an extremely damaging mindset. Relationships are a lot more complex in real life, and partners are not always able to solve each other's issues. Getting married as a way to solve one's behavioral issues often leads to dysfunctional relationships and puts a greater amount of burden on their significant other. And while it is true that divorce should only be used as a last resort, there are countless valid reasons for wanting a divorce. Treating a divorce like an immature phase does nothing but harm real people going through divorces. The society of Bangladesh is constantly changing and challenging old ideals, and that can still be seen in some of the storylines as well. However, as mentioned earlier, few telefilms can convey that point properly. These telefilms simply provide a relatable source of free entertainment for casual viewing, and this allows themselves to continue to put out mediocre content. However, a few production changes would truly go a long way towards pushing the film industry further as a whole. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out our socials and other videos right here. And while you're at it, tell us in the comments about your favorite telefilm. Have a great day and bye!